Defense has historically been seen as cyclical, event-driven, and highly political. Today, I'm sure most of you will agree, it feels different. We are seeing structural shifts in geopolitics, technology, capital markets, and investor positioning. Our goal tonight is to unpack what is durable versus what is temporary, and how investors should think about allocating capital across the defense and defense tech ecosystem. So Tejas, let me come to you. Why defense now? Why defense tech in 2026? And do you think, is this moment different?
Thank you, Amrita, and good evening, everyone. Thank you to the CFA Society for having us here. Again, really quickly, my name is Tejas Desai. I'm the Director of Research at GlobalX ETFs. We are an ETF issuer based here in New York, very well known for a thematic lineup, as well as a defense technology product that we recently brought to market, which is a phenomenal success. But coming back to the question, look, one of the things that we can really, I think one of the benefits of thematic investing generally is it allows us to ignore the noise and really focus on the long-term trajectory and the long-term story behind structural themes. And I think what we see from our perspective is that the defense industry generally is undergoing one of the most profound transformations, probably in its recent times. And I think it is really driven by two factors, which our keynote speaker addressed at a very high level here today as well. But one of the factors is geopolitics, which I think we all are aware of. If you look at the headlines, you know what's happening around the world. But it's a shift away from this unipolar sort of global world order dynamic that we had towards a more multipolar dynamic with China obviously projecting its power around the world beyond the region. You have Russia, of course, becoming a bit of a problem there. Middle East, India, and some of the countries, they're trying to do their own thing. But the situation is completely different compared to what we had, let's say, 5 years ago before we came into this decade. The other variable that is driving, from our perspective, this dramatic change is the rise of technology and the use of technology on the battlefield, right? Tech really is becoming the new deterrent that underpins a lot of the new platforms that you see across the board being used, from drones to AI to even cybersecurity emerging as a variable on the defense landscape. So those are really the true factors, but the reality is they're converging to drive what we're seeing, a massive spending super cycle around the world, across the world. Just to put that into perspective, in 2024, global defense spending increased about 10% year over year, which was one of the highest growth rates we have seen since the end of the Cold War. And so, it's quite robust from that perspective. That's also changing the opportunity set at the disposal of these companies, which in our view makes it such an incredible opportunity for investors to consider here through this decade.